Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and welcome to today's Nectar reading. Looking very much forward for this new step or new phase in our Nectar reading of coming to the pastimes of Lord Krishna. We will read Ananda Vrindavana Campu, which is like a commentary on the 10th canto. It's written by Kavikarnapur, and he's going more or less through all the pastimes that we find in the 10th canto, and he's writing them in a very poetic way. Actually, Kavikarnapur was the son of Shivananda Sena, and he was 10 years older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he got this title of being Kavikarnapur by Swarup Damodar Goswami. And Kavikarnapur means one who adorned the poets' ears with nectar of poetry. So it's almost like the king of poets that is adorning other poets' ears with nectar. We were recently in Golokadam having a seminar on Smaranam, and His Grace Hari Prasad Prabhu was speaking about Bhakti Ras, and he was explaining that this Bhakti Ras can be exchanged between the living entity and the Lord directly when the living entity is in a position, when he's liberated, when he's in his eternal spiritual identity. But as long as one is conditioned in this world, one can access Bhakti Ras through two mediums, which is either through dramas, spiritual dramas, or either through spiritual poetry. And we will see that today we will feast with poetry because Kavikarnapur is writing in a very, very beautiful way. So this is not the entire text. I went through and I made it a little bit more short, a little bit more condensed. And yeah, I thought actually we can do this reading alone ourselves. Why do we need to come together to read? Actually, the fact of being together and appreciating those pastimes together makes it much more powerful and yeah, and relishable. So I will start to share the screen with you. And we will have first Mangala Charana. Ananda Vrindavana Campu, there is the first chapter, which is having auspicious invocation, but then have also descriptions of Vrindavan forest and then description of different seasons in Vrindavan. So I just took a little bit from the Mangalacharan and a little bit about the description of Vrindavan, just as an entry into the pastime. And then we will go directly to chapter number 2, which is the appearance of Lord Krishna. And anytime we will have a reading, we will always have a little bit of the Mangalacharan and a little bit of description of Vrindavan before we enter every chapter. So here is the Mangalacharan of today, which is a very beautiful entrance. And maybe Purnamasi, would you like to read it?
Yes, I can. Thank you. You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
May the two lotus feet of Krishna, the enemy of Putana, always protect us. His delicate toes resemble the petals of a pink lotus flower, and his slender ankles resemble the stalk of a lotus. His lotus feet hold the honey of his devotees' faith. The streams of light emanating from his toenails resemble the stamens, the pollen-producing part of a lotus.
So that's already an amazing entry into into this poetry and beauty of description. So today, for the appearance of Lord Krishna, we will go to Nanda Bhavan. We will go to Gokul, and we will start by offering our obeisances. So please watch carefully the picture and try to feel that you are there. You are part of the Holy Dham. Now we have reached there with the speed of the mind. Now you can close your eyes and we will climb the stairs and enter the beautiful courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, the place where Lord Krishna appeared in this world. There we can offer our obeisances and try to feel the atmosphere, try to feel the spiritually charged atmosphere of this holy Dham. We can see there our spiritual master sitting under a tree. We approach him and offer our humble obeisances and place our head at his lotus feet. And we look at him and we see his face, he's smiling, he's extremely blissful. And we ask him blessings today to enter the pastimes of Lord Krishna and to get access into the eternal spiritual dimension of Krishna Lila. We can now open our eyes and we will go to, like we do usually, to three beautiful meditation. And here we can see Lord Krishna has appeared. He is extremely beautiful and blissful. Please watch him nicely and take a screenshot of his image or his form. We will now go to the first meditation. It's maybe Divya Kishori, if you could read it. Like we do usually, we will read 3 times, and the third time we can close our eyes and see it in our mind's eyes.
A mere baby, Krishna had a head full of curly hair. To hide the unique signs on his hands, goat, fish, conch, etc., the Lord folded his delicate petal-like fingers into his lotus palm. Krishna laid on his back, his eyes closed. Although a mere baby, Krishna had a head full of curly hair. To hide the unique signs on his hands, goat, fish, conch, etc., the Lord folded his delicate petal-like fingers into his lotus palms. Krishna laid on his back with his eyes closed. A mere baby, Krishna had a head full of curly hair to hide the unique signs on his hands, gold, fish, corn, etc. The Lord folded his delicate, petal-like fingers into his lotus palm, laid on his back with his eyes closed.
Beautiful. We can look at this picture and do the same. We can look carefully at all the details and feel the love between Mother Yashoda and Krishna. And maybe Nupur, if you could read the next meditation.
Due to Yashoda's intense love, personified bliss flowed from her breast as steady streams of milk. When milk sometimes spilled out of Krishna's bimba fruit red lips onto his cheeks, Mother Yashoda would wipe his face with the edge of her cloth. After feeding her son, Yashoda gazed affectionately at him in wonder. Due to, at, Due to Yashoda's intense love, personified bliss flowed from her breast as steady streams of milk. When milk sometimes spilled out of Krishna's bimba fruit, red lips onto his cheeks, Mother Yashoda would wipe his face with the edge of her cloth. After feeding her son, Yashoda gazed affectionately at him in wonder. Due to Yashoda's intense love, personified bliss flowed from her breast as steady streams of milk. When milk sometimes spilled out of Krishna's bimba fruit red lips onto his cheeks, Mother Yashoda would wipe his face with the edge of her clothes. After feeding her son, Yashoda gazed affectionately at him in wonder.
Thank you. And we will have the last meditation for today. And now it's about Nanda Maharaj. You can see how blissful he is to see this small boy, Krishna. Watch very carefully. And, I ask, maybe I see we have Lumaisa. I don't know if you are good in English and you will be able to read the next meditation.
When Nand Maharaj heard of his son's birth, he felt as if the dry leaf of his heart had been blessed with a sudden downpour of nectar. The gentle sound of Krishna's voice removed all his grief and lamentation. Now he bathed in the rains of bliss, swam in the ocean of nectar, and felt embraced by the joyful stream of the celestial Ganges. When Nand Maharaj heard of his son's birth, he felt as if the dry leaf of his heart had been blessed with a sudden downpour of nectar. The gentle sound of Krishna's voice removed all his grief and lamentation. Now he bathed in the rains of bliss, swam in the ocean of nectar, and felt embraced by the joyful stream of the celestial Ganges. When Nand Maharaj heard of his son's birth, he felt as if the dry lake of his heart had been blessed with a sudden downpour of nectar. The gentle sound of Krishna's voice removed all his grief and lamentation. Now he bathed in the rains of bliss, swam in the ocean of nectar, and felt embraced by the joyful stream of the celestial Ganges.
Thank you. So we are now ready. Oops. We are now ready to enter the reading itself. Bhajanti, would you like to start?
The appearance of Lord Krishna. Description of Vrindavan. Though all the planets are present in Vrindavan, there are no inauspicious combination of the Sun, Moon, Mars, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, Rahu, or Ketu. The dazzling light of Krishna's Darshan chakra ever protects and illuminates Vrindavan. Since it is the site of Krishna's eternal pastimes, it is not destroyed by time or subject to material transformation. It is free from all disturbances. Though many intelligent devotees reside here, it is inaccessible to most scholars. Ignorant or lazy fellows cannot be seen there. Completely devoid of ignorance, the effulgent forest of Vrindavana grants liberation to all its inhabitants. As much as the sun sends scorching sunshine, the trees provide cooling shade. As the rays of the moon fill the mind with joy, so do the roots of Vrindavan trees. As a cultured person is well versed in 64 arts, the trees of Vrindavan are adorned with beautiful bark. As an arrow is equipped with a beautiful feather, the trees are decorated with nice leaves. The appearance of Lord Krishna. Now we will discuss the truth about the transcendental birthplace of Bhagavan and the appearance of Lord Shri Krishna. Once upon a time, Bhumi, the predominating deity of the earth, felt overburdened by different demons posing as members of the royal order. Feeling aggrieved upon seeing her miserable condition, the lotus-born Brahma appealed to Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, the maintainer of the universe, saying, "Please deliver goddess Bhumi, who is feeling greatly distressed by these demoniac kings. Only you can remove this terrible influence from the earth." The time for an appearance of the Lord coincided with the two internal desires of the Supreme Personality of God. First, the Lord desired to descend on earth to increase the fortune of Yashoda and Nanda. Also at that time, Krishna wanted to relish the sweet mangoes of Indra-Ras, param love, while enacting his worldly pastimes. For these two reasons, the Lord appeared within the material creation of Bhuloka, along with his parents, friends, and other eternal associates. Srinanda, Yashoda, and others appeared in Mahavali before the Lord. The Gopas, Gopis, and other eternally liberated associates appeared after the Lord. And then those who had attained perfection by sadhana, namely the Shrudicharis and the Municharis, took also birth in Vrindavan. Learning of Krishna's imminent appearance, the earth personified, feeling like a wife happily greeting her husband after long separation, burst unlimited joy. At the time of Krishna's birth, the general mass of people tasted the inner bliss that the devotee forever relished. Auspicious signs abounded everywhere. Pure, gentle breezes brought a refreshing, like the voice, why sanctify everyone with their tongue, sweet and affectionate behavior. The whole atmosphere became as completely purified as the heart of a devotee. The devotees once again found peace and prosperity worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord. fruits filled the jubilant tree, but the envious demons exhibited various inauspicious signs of degradation, such as rapidly aging bodies and symptoms of imminent death. The desire vines of the celestial denizens seemed to be hanging in the air as if eager to produce. At that time, all the direction became felt and joyful as the mind of the has received the mercy of Lord Hari. Just as gems, mantras, or medicine can remove a poisonous disease from the body of a man, the advent of the Lord relieved the world from the contamination of material existence and the sinful effect of the demons. Happiness gradually replaced the distress in everyone's heart.
Okay, we'll end the reader. Kinshuk Prabhu, are you there? Would you like to read the continuation?
Yes, Prabhuji. The bodies of all creatures manifested extraordinary beauty and youthful vitality. Men felt extremely joyful and displayed virtuous qualities. Throughout the world, people behaved cordially and interacted amicably. Happiness twinkled in everyone's eyes. At the end of proper yoga, which completely destroys faults and doubts, an auspicious, favorable, obstacle-free time appeared on the eighth day of the waning moon in Bhadraman. Just at that sweet moment of just at the sweet moment the Rohini Nakshatra, along with the good qualities of the moon and an auspicious conjunction of stars called Ayushman, appeared in the sky to give shelter to gentle persons.
Kinshuk, please continue reading, but if you could read a little slower, so that we can really pay very good attention.
Okay. As the living entity comes out from the womb of his mother and the moon appears on the lap of the eastern direction, Yogeshwar Sri Krishna, the personification of complete bliss, appeared amidst great festivities. As the moon appears in the lap of the eastern direction, which is like a beautiful bride, Krishna manifested the wonderful pastime of his appearance out of his love and compassion for the conditioned souls. Due to austerities performed in previous lives, Vasudeva and Devaki received the opportunity to momentarily relish parental affection for Lord Krishna when he appeared before them in his form as Vasudeva. Thereafter, in fear of Kamsa, Vasudeva brought Vasudeva Krishna to Gokul, where the Supreme Lord appeared as Govind before Nanda and Yashoda, his eternal parents who have been smothering him with the sweetest form of parental love since time immemorial. The four symbols of Vishnu, Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma, adorned his hands and feet. The flute, flower garland, and Kaustubha Mani, although present within him, had not yet manifested. Lord Hari, who is bliss personified, appeared in the home of Nand Maharaj, the king of Vrindavan, for three reasons. First, to engage the self-satisfied sages in devotional service. Second, to please the devotees by performing sweet transcendental pastimes. And third, to relieve the earth's burden caused by the demons. At the time of his majestic birth, Krishna employed his inconceivable powers to appear in a body of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Everyone in the maternity room swelled with joy upon seeing the Lord's exquisite transcendental form that looked like a creeper of beauty.
Thank you very much. Maybe we could ask Ladini Mataji if you would like to continue the reading. Dadini Mataji, are you there? Are you able to read? So we'll maybe we could go again. We start again a tour. Maybe Purnamasi, if you would like to continue.
Yes, thank you. Oops. I don't know. Sorry. A view.
It's the last paragraph from
Is it not after Yashoda and her family member fell asleep in the maternity room?
Yeah, but I don't see it anymore.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe I'll stop sharing and reshare. Can you see it now?
Yes, thank you. After Yashoda and her family members fell asleep in the maternity room, Hari cried, beautiful like a newborn baby. Crying sounded like the Mahavakya Omkara announcing the auspicious arrival of his pastimes. When the ladies of Vrindavan heard the sweet sound of Krishna's crying, they woke up and ran to see the Lord. With the mellow of their matchless overflowing affection, they anointed his body. The natural fragrance of Krishna's body smelled just like musk. The ladies bathed Krishna in sweet ambrosia. Then they smeared his body with fragrant sandalwood pulp. The ladies of Vrindavan saw baby Krishna like a blossoming flower made of the best of blue sapphires, or like a newly unfurled leaf of a tamal tree. Krishna looked like a fresh rain cloud decorated with the musk tilak and the goddess of fortune. The ointment of the greatest auspiciousness lined his eyes. His presence filled the maternity room with good fortune. Although a mere baby, Krishna had a head full of curly hair to hide the unique signs on his lotus hands, goat, fish, conch, etc. The Lord folded his delicate petal-like fingers into his lotus palm. At that time, Krishna laid on his back with his eyes closed. Mother Yashoda awoke amidst the joyous chattering of the elderly gopis leaning over the bed. She admired her gorgeous son. Beholding Krishna's tender face, Yashoda showered tears of affection that looked like an offering of a pearl necklace. She saw Krishna's body as a hill of dark blue musk, softer than the butter churned from the milk ocean. Overflowing with nectar, his charming body appeared like the foam of milk, but being dark blue in color, it seemed the foam was full of musk juice. Admiring the supremely delicate form of her son, Yashoda worried about his safety and feared the touch of her body might hurt his tender body. As she leaned over the bed, Yashoda bathed Krishna with the milk dripping from her breasts. The elderly gopis instructed Yashoda how to caress the baby in her lap and affectionately push the nipple of her breast into Krishna's mouth to feed him. Due to Yashoda's intense love, personified bliss flowed from her breasts as steady streams of milk. when milk sometimes spilled out of Krishna's bimba-frue red lips onto his cheeks, Mother Yashoda would wipe his face with the edge of her cloth. After feeding her son, Yashoda gazed affectionately at him in wonder.
Thank you. Maybe Divya Kishori, if you like to continue.
She saw her child's body as made of dazzling sapphires.
We cannot hear you, Divya Kishori.
Yes, Prabhu. She saw her child's body as made of dazzling blue sapphires. His mouth resembled a red bimba fruit, and his hands and feet looked like exquisite rubies. Krishna's nails shone like precious gems. In this way, Yashoda thought her child was completely made of jewels. Yashoda then thought, Krishna's whole body seems to be made of blue lotus flowers, as does not appear to be mine. After thus deliberating within herself, Yashoda became stunned in amazement. Beautiful, soft, curly hairs on the right side of Krishna's chest resemble the tender stems of a lotus. Seeing the mark of Srivastava on his chest, Yashoda thought it was breast milk that had previously spilled out of his mouth. She tried unsuccessfully to remove these milk stains with the edge of her claws. Struck with wonder, Yashoda thought this must be the sign of a great personality. Observing the sign of Lakshmi, a small golden line on the left side of Krishna's chest, Yashoda thought a small yellow bird had made a nest amidst the leaves of a tamala tree. Could this be a streak of lightning resting on a rain cloud? Krishna's delicate leaf-like hands and feet, glowing pink like the rising sun, looked like clusters of lotus flowers floating in the Yamuna. Sometimes Yashoda saw the curly dark blue locks of baby Krishna, a swarm of bumblebees surrounding his face. His thick, beautiful blue hair appeared like the dark night. The two lotus eyes of Krishna looked like a pair of blue lotus buds. His cheeks resembled two huge bubbles floating in a lake of liquefied blue sapphires. Krishna's attractive ears looked like a pair of fresh, unfurled leaves growing on a blue creeper. The tip of Krishna's dark nose appeared like the sprout of a tree, and his nostrils looked like bubbles in the Yamuna river. Seeing the extraordinary beauty of her son fulfill the purpose of her eyes and submerge Yashoda in an ocean of bliss.
Thank you so much. Maybe we can continue with Nupur.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Previously, Nand Maharaj had felt I deeply aggrieved over his long-standing inability to obtain a son. His heart was like a small lake that had completely dried up during a long, hot summer. But when Nand Maharaj heard of his son's birth, he felt as if the dry lake of his heart had been blessed with a sudden downpour of nectar. The gentle sound of Krishna's voice removed all his grief and lamentation. Now he bathed in the rain of bliss, swam in the ocean of nectar, and felt embraced by the joyful stream of the celestial Ganges. Eager to see his son, Nanda's body thrilled with astonishment and waves of ecstasy. As he stood outside the maternity room, because he had accumulated heaps of pious activities, it appeared that the king of Vrindavan was now shaking hands with the personification of pious deeds. Anxiously standing in the background, Yogmaya induced Nand Maharaj to enter the maternity room. He rushed in to see his son, the personified seed of condensed bliss. It seemed that all the auspiciousness of the three worlds now resided within Krishna, the original cause of everything. Nanda saw his son as a perfectly charming person. The kajal around Krishna's eyes looked like lines on a black creeper of beauty. As the very embodiment of Nanda's good fortune, Shri Krishna bloomed like a beautiful flower in a garden of desire trees. By seeing his glorious son, Nanda felt that he had attained happiness, perfection, and the fulfillment of all his desires. Meeting that embodiment of bliss overwhelmed Nanda with immeasurable satisfaction. He stood motionless, stunned, his hair stood erect, and tears flowed from his eyes. He appeared like a person carved in stone and a figure drawn in a painting. For some time, Nand Maharaj remained in this semi-conscious state like a sleeping man about to awaken.
Thank you. Thank you, Nico. Upananda, Sunanda, and other relatives felt extremely joyful while observing the best of Brahmanas perform the rites of purification for Krishna's birth. To ensure his son's welfare, Nanda Maharaj donated newborn calves to each and every Brahmana, thus turning their homes into abodes of Surabhi cows. Those cows had gold and silver plated horns and hooves, and jewel necklaces adorning their necks. In addition, Vrajapati Nanda filled the courtyard of their homes with hills of gold, jewels, and sesame seeds. The auspicious news of Krishna's wonderful appearance spread in all directions by word of mouth. Delight danced in the heart of Nanda, his brother Upananda and Sunanda, and all the other Gopas. The Gopas brought many variety of delicious dairy products, such as milk, yogurt, butter, wet cheese, and hard cheese in jeweled, studded pots. The pots were tied to the end of bamboo poles with jute straps and carried on their shoulders. Decked with many precious jewels ornaments, the Gopa appeared very handsome. They dressed in beautiful yellow clothes befitting the brilliance of lighting, and held staffs topped with gold and jewels in their lotus hands. As the great ocean spread its waves in all directions, the birth of Krishna filled the rich basis with unbounded bliss. And maybe we can go again. Maybe Kinshuk, if you can continue.
Yes, yes. The society girls visiting Nan Maharaj's house experienced more happiness than they had ever felt since their birth. Their minds saturated with joy and satisfaction. Hearing the delightful description of Krishna's birth carried away the chariots of their minds and made them abandon all other duties. They became possessed with the desire to see Krishna. For this unique festival, they took out some highly ornamental waist belts from their jewel boxes and tied them around their hips. The jingling of the waist belts resting on their broad hips enhanced their beauty. Their minds entered a state of enchantment as they gazed upon the captivating beauty of Krishna's transcendental body. With great enthusiasm, these girls glorified Brajeshwari Yashoda since she had attained the essence of all good fortune by having Krishna as her son. Leaving the maternity room, they entered the assembly hall of Nand Maharaj's palace. Their faces looked exceedingly beautiful as they sung melodious songs which resembled the soft, sweet humming of bees moving amidst a cluster of lotus flowers. All the guests bathed in a nectar shower produced all the guests bathed in a nectar shower produced by the soothing sounds. Overwhelmed with love, they filled their lotus palms with fragrant oil, turmeric paste, and fresh butter and started smearing each other's faces and bodies. They looked very attractive with their smiling faces and glittering with white teeth. Their red lips seemed more beautiful than red Maduka flowers. This incredible display of elegance smashed the pride of the goddess of fortune of the three worlds. Carried away with joy over Krishna's birth, they fearlessly threw cheese balls, butter, and yogurt at each other. One could mistake the white balls of cheese for hailstones, solidified moonlight, or white mud from the floor of the milk ocean. Then they showered each other with buttermilk, aromatic oils, and water mixed with turmeric.
Thank you.
Cymbals and big drums vibrated auspicious sound in specific melodies. A celestial concert of precise poetical meters, proper rhythms, and metrical composition suddenly manifested there. The musical ensemble inspired the society girls to sing and dance in laughter and merriment. Though not good singers, by the will of the Lord they sang with great virtuoso. The joy of Krishna's birth celebration taxed the drains of Nanda's capital city as they swelled to the brim with milk, yogurt, and other auspicious liquids. Soon rivers of this nectar flooded the streets of the town and permeated the entire atmosphere with a sweet fragrance. Disguising themselves as birds, the demigods descended to Vrajapura to happily drink this flood of nectar. The Vrajabasis decorated their cows with gold and jeweled ornaments. Then, in great excitement, they smeared them with oil, fresh butter, and turmeric paste. Beholding Krishna in their hearts, these fortunate cows look like the essence of the earth's auspiciousness. The whole world resounded with their jubilant bellowing. Absorbing the ecstasies of Krishna's birth, they forgot about eating and drinking. The festival drowned the gopis in an ocean of joy. After offering oil, vermilion, garland, and utensils in charity to all the assembled gopis, Rohini, the wife of Vasudev, asked them to bless Krishna. Upon completion of the sacrifice, Upananda, and the other relatives felt constant happiness while taking their bath. Keeping the king of Vrindavan in the front, Nanda's relatives offered opulent clothes, jewel ornaments, tambul, garlands, and sandalwood pulp to the guests. And then they humbly requested all in attendance to bless that wonderful, auspicious boy who had just appeared in Vrindavan.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for everyone's wonderful reading. We will now make a little meditation of this pastime that we had heard today. Please close your eyes and sit straight and take 1 or 2 deep breaths. And remember how Mother Earth felt like a wife happily greeting her husband after a long separation. At the time of Krishna's birth, the general mass of people tasted the inner bliss that devotee forever relish. Krishna employed his inconceivable powers to appear in a body of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Remember how Mother Yashoda resembled a lake of spiritual ecstasy, in which a brilliant blue lotus of personified bliss had appeared. You can hear the sound of Krishna crying. It sounds like the Omkara. You can smell the fragrance of baby Krishna that smelled just like musk. Krishna's hair was full of head. Krishna's head was full of curly hair. And to hide his unique sign on his hand, the Lord folded his delicate petal-like finger into his palms. Remember how Mother Yashoda worried about the safety of her son and feared that the touch of her body might hurt his tender body. See how the elder gopis instructed Yashoda how to caress the baby and how to feed him with her milk. Yashoda thought that her son was fully made of jewels and thought, "Does not appear to be mine." When Mother Yashoda saw the Srivatsa sign on the chest of the baby Krishna, she thought it was some milk, and she tried to move it, to erase it with the edge of the sari, but not being able, she was amazed. Remember how the dry lake of Nanda's heart was now blessed with a sudden downpour of nectar. Delight was now dancing in the heart of all Brijvasis. The bridge passes filled their hands with fragrant oil, turmeric paste, and fresh butter, and started smearing each other's face and bodies. They look very attractive with their smiling faces and glittering white teeth. There was melodious sounds of music and singing. They fearlessly threw cheese balls, butter, and yogurt at each other. One could mistake those white balls of cheese for hailstones, solidified moonlight, or white mud on the floor of the milk ocean. See how the streets of Vrindavan were flooded with milk products, and how the demigods took the form of birds to come and drink the nectar. So thank you so much for joining us today. We have come to the end of our today's reading. I was thinking how often when we hear about the appearance of the Lord, we often think of the Lord appearing in our hearts. And I thought, hopefully today the Lord has appeared in our heart by hearing all those beautiful, very poetic and very subtle and beautiful description of this pastime. I think it's like a feast for the heart to read it. I think it's also very good we try to hold some of the pictures that have come to our mind through the reading, and pray also that our attraction to the Lord will grow. All those descriptions, hearing those descriptions and meditating on those descriptions are there actually to help us, help our attraction to Krishna to grow. And we can pray now that this attraction for the Lord will grow, and we can see ourselves like the demigods taking the form of birds and coming to drink the nectar of Krishna consciousness and keep it nicely into our hearts. So we maybe just take 1 minute to offer prayer. We can also eventually see our spiritual master and offer prayer to him, and pray that those descriptions will forever remain visible in our mind's eyes. We can express also our gratitude for today's session. Okay, so wonderful. We are done for today. I do not know if any one of you would like to share maybe one picture or one detail or something that stay with you from this past time. Purnamasi Mataji, would you like to start?
Yes, there was a, thank you. To allow me to share, there was one image. Yashoda was looking at Krishna. She felt that Krishna's body is made, the whole body is made of precious stones. And it was like, seeing, trying to meditate on this. How can this look? It's wonder.
Hmm. Thank you. I think actually in the same paragraph when there was this description, she could see all the different part of Krishna's body that looked like different type of jewels. Then she felt, my God, he's just made of jewel. But then 2 sentences later, she look at him and she feels he's filled with blue lotus. And we can see how actually it's confusing and amazing, Mother Yashoda, to just look at her child. It must have been like really a very amazing experience. Jen?
I just like it. I think it's in the same place where Mother Yashoda also looks at Krishna, and she's just so happy that she has tears coming down her eyes, but this tears looks like pearls. That is like a necklace of pearls that she offers to Krishna. And also at the same time, it seems, you please help me, it will say that it looked like it was so soft, like it was made of butter. So
Foam, or
Yeah.
the blue one.
Yeah, it was like the foam of the ocean of milk, but because he was blue, some liquid musk has been
Musk.
added. I think. Okay. I don't know if Ladini Mataji, if you are there, if you like to share something from the reading today. Or Kinchuk. Or Divya Kishori. Kinchuk is there. Yes, Kinchuk. Anything you keep the reading?
It was really helpful to list all the descriptions. The most detailed is the pastime of Yashoda Mai and Krishna, when she felt so many ecstasies, looking the minute details of Lord, how he died. His fingers, his curly hairs, that was very beautiful.
Thank you. Divya Kishori, you like to also share something?
Yes, Prabhuji. First of all, thank you so much. It really attracted me to Krishna. I had always heard from Gurmash and the pastimes in the Kartik, but this time when I was reading, I felt it was so good for me. And like Prabhu said, minute details. So one point that was very, like, all the points were very attractive. Like the one where is the sun mine? Is he made of? He's made of pearls. So like this. And then one point I felt that when the ladies had come in the maternity room and they started singing songs, and then I was trying to remember Vrindavan when the ladies are singing just like so joyfully when they are going to Barsana on the way, they are singing joyful bhajans for the Lord. Just recalling that how they are so happy and so many sweet songs they are singing for the Lord. So it's so selfless and so loving. So that was that picture I keep in my mind of singing for the Lord. Thank you.
Thank you. Nupur?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, actually. I was thinking like Yashoda Maya. She could not see the distinction between the droplets of milk with the Shrivats. Like she was trying to wipe it, like totally absorb in Krishna. So it just like, I don't know how she was feeling. I mean, she was just seeing the beauty of Krishna and totally could not see the distinction. Only Krishna was in her mind. So wow. So this is at least one day we can also feel that bliss that all the Brajvasi were feeling.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. There was this sentence that delight was dancing in the heart of all the Brijbasis. And there is one sentence that I remember every Janmastami. It's quite in the beginning when Kavikarnapur said that the bliss that is usually living in the heart of all pure devotees on the day of the Lord's appearance is felt by everyone, even normal people. Everyone can feel this bliss that is usually in the heart of saintly persons. And I like also very much the fight with, not fight, but the throwing of yogurt, butter, and how they had the white teeth, because they had the turmeric also, so it must have been looking yellow and the white teeth coming out of it, and how those white ball cheese were like solidified moonbeam, or like hailstone, or like the mud from the ocean of milk. That's really like amazingly beautiful. And how all the demigods, they took the form of birds and they came to drink the nectar that was flowing everywhere. And it's just like very, very beautiful. So I thank you so much. It's very nice to read together and to imbibe those beautiful poetry and feel our hearts moved. And we will actually, I thought tomorrow, next Saturday, we could eventually have a different type of nectar reading, because it's, I think, the day before Nishinga Chaturdasi. So we'll prepare a special Nishinga nectar for to read together for next Saturday. And after that, we will continue with Ananda Vrindavana Campu and continue slowly with the different pastimes of the Lord. So thank you for joining. Wishing you a wonderful day, and may those pastimes stay in our hearts, churn our hearts, and help our attraction to grow. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.